Hey, Max. Chris Fedor, cleveland.com. Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. What went into your decision to choose the Cavs this offseason?
Honestly, not a lot. When I heard they were interested, I was interested as well. I mean, the amount of the interest that they had in me, I had in them. So, when I knew Miami wasn't going to work out, this was probably the next best situation for me. And, me and my agent talked about it, and the ability to come here and, space the floor for, the stars that we have in Darius and Donovan was something I think is going to be very productive and very helpful for our team. And, to be able to join a great playoff team like we had last year, and to be able to share my experiences and my knowledge of what I gained in Miami, to bring that here and help this young team. I was very excited for the opportunity, for sure.
As somebody who played against the Cavs a number of times over the last couple of years, in what way do you feel like now you guys can benefit from the spacing that you and George bring to the table that they didn't have before?
Definitely. Not only the spacing that me and George provide, but just the ability of, Donovan and Darius just to do what they do. The ability for us to, be high in the wing and provide those driving lanes for them is huge. And I think, the things that people, seem to forget about is not only can they get to basket, but those two guys can shoot too. So the ability to have shooting all over the floor is massive. And, I'm looking forward to getting to training camp and, putting everything together to see what we really have.
Hey, Max. Being with the Heat last year, finishing 8th, but getting to the finals, what was the key to that, and how can you kind of transfer that success to this team?
Yeah, the key to that was, our togetherness as a team. I think if you ask anybody from that team last year, what they enjoyed most about the journey was just being together with our group. I think we just enjoyed each other's success. And when you have guys that like being in the locker room with each other and enjoy playing with each other, it's contagious and it prevents us to play great basketball. So I loved everything about it, and the journey was special. And I'm just looking to come here and provide that. And we already have great guys in this locker room, really good guys, and I think it starts there, and then the basketball part of it comes easy after that.
Mitch Manel, 92.3 The Fan. Welcome, Max. Obviously, with the playoff run you guys had last season, you saw a lot of those beasts in the East. I mean, even going into this year with some of the moves that have been recently made throughout the conference, what do you make of the competition you guys will be facing in Cleveland?
The East is tough. The East has been tough the past couple of years, but like I said, it's not about anybody else. It's about us. So, what we're going to be able to do, what we do during training camp, what we do throughout the season is going to be everything. And we're going to learn a lot about each other and our team during these next couple months. And, the sky's the limit for us. I think we're just as talented as any team in the NBA, and nobody should be counting us out to win a championship here.
Evan Damar, right down Euclid. Max, I have to ask you first and foremost, did you see your former teammate Jimmy Butler's hair today?
No comment.
Okay, fair enough. So you said when you found out Cleveland was interested, you were interested. Do you have a relationship with anybody within the organization or on the team, just that kind of maybe sealed the deal for you a bit more?
I've played against the guys a bunch. Didn't know anybody really personal. I've known Donovan for a couple years now. I've known Darius for a couple years. I knew they were great people, and to me, that's everything. If you're a good person, you're a good teammate. You're good in my book. So to be able to play with guys like that, and I watched the playoffs and where they struggled last year, and I just knew that I can come in and help provide, the shooting that we need and the floor spacing that we're all looking for.
Did Kevin Love tell you anything about Cleveland?
Kevin was great. Kevin was one of the first people I called, and he couldn't have been more positive about the city of Cleveland alone and the organization here. So, I think if you guys are happy that I'm here, I think Kevin should get a big nod to that, because he told me it was a no-brainer. He's like, Max, you're everything they need. You'll be a great fit. The guys are great. The organization's great. So Kevin definitely talked very highly of it, and he hasn't steered me wrong once. So very, very appreciative for Kevin Love.
Chris Manning from SB Nation. Is your expectation to start?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's just good. It's good. Direct in, it's good. And Donovan talked about a conditioning test where you went 8 or 9 laps longer than everybody else. Is that level of conditioning something for you the rest of your career and here this year? Is that something that carries over from Miami that you feel like, okay, that's now a standard for myself that I have to maintain because you saw the benefits of it when you were there?
Yes and no. There's definitely something that Miami instilled in me and things that I learned while my time there. But I've always been about being in the best shape possible, working as hard as I can, being the hardest working player in the room. That's kind of how I've gotten to where I am within my story. So just because I got a big contract or I make more money, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm still going to be the same person and still going to work hard and do what I do to get the respect of my teammates and to know that I'm in the best shape possible to help this team win. And I wasn't here to make any statements. I wasn't here to say this is the Miami culture. Like, this is who I am and this is how I work. So get used to it.
Last question.
Hey, Max. Nate Allard from the Akron Beacon Journal. Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you.
Along those lines, though, with you showing that work ethic and everything that Donovan had mentioned to us, how much of a leadership dynamic are you eager to bring in addition to the, what you bring as a shooter and floor spacer?
I think the leadership part is huge. That's one of the things Kobe talked to me, after I signed. Kobe brought me in and said, you're going to be the most have the most playoff experience on our team. And, to me, it's only year 5. And to be able to have that in my back pocket is huge. And I've learned so much in my young career so far that I think I've grown and matured a bunch. And I think I can provide, great leadership in that regard. And I will. I'm going to take that personal, give everything to the organization, give everything to the team that I have learned. And the knowledge gained from the past couple of years and, try to get to the same places that I was able to get to in Miami.